I've never been the kind of guy who enjoys watching his life fall apart in slow motion. When I felt the shift in my wife's behavior, her coldness, her silence, her avoidance, I didn't wait. I sat her down, looked her in the eyes, and asked her why she seemed so distant, why even my touch made her recoil. It took some time to get through to her, but eventually she opened up. And what she said crushed me. She told me she felt like she was carrying the weight of everything, making every decision, handling the kids, managing the house. She said she didn't feel like she could lean on me anymore. That maybe, just maybe, she'd be better off on her own. It was like being blindsided. I sat there in shock, not wanting to argue. I love her, and hearing that from someone you've built your whole life with, it's brutal. Still, I kept calm. I told her I heard her and promised I'd change, be more attentive, more helpful. Whatever it took. Because she's my world. But inside, I was unraveling. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't adding up. So I came here to this group because I needed someone to hear me out. The accusations she threw at me, they didn't match reality, at least not from where I stood. I work a full day from home, then shift straight into dad mode. I feed our boys, play with them, take my oldest to swim class, read bedtime stories, even wake up in the night when they cry. I'm not lazy around the house either. I handle dishes, do the shopping, manage the car, keep up with maintenance. But apparently it's not efficient enough for her. I know I'm not the go-go-go type like my father-in-law who never sits still and always finds something to fix. That's just not me. I work hard, and when the day's done, I want to relax with a movie or a game. I've never chased big dreams or flashy careers. I just want a peaceful life, a good home, and happy kids. But something changed. Even after years of a seemingly happy marriage, I could tell she was pulling away. In December, it hit a breaking point. I pushed myself harder, more chores, more errands, more everything, trying to win her back. But her walls didn't come down. Eventually, I confronted her. I asked point-blank if she still wanted to be with me. Her answer? I don't know. That hit harder than anything she'd ever said. Was she lost? Or just done? I kept pressing, would she at least try marriage counseling? Same answer. I don't know. I snapped. I reminded her what was at stake, our kids, our family. That kind of uncertainty couldn't go on. After a lot of convincing, she agreed to counseling. But true to form, she left the work to me. I found the therapist, set everything up. In one of our sessions, she finally dropped the bomb. She admitted she'd only married me to please her family. She never actually loved me, just loved the idea of marriage and a picture-perfect family. And that wasn't the only betrayal. She'd been meeting privately with her old priest to talk about our marriage behind my back. That cut deep. Still, I pushed forward. We're 3 sessions in now, and it's been rough. Turns out we don't even speak the same love language. I need touch, simple affection. She shows love by checking things off a list. But the worst part? She stopped showing me any affection at all. Not even a hug. The therapist was shocked when she found out we haven't shared a bed in 6 months. My wife claimed she sleeps with the boys and there's no room left. The therapist called her out, said it sets a terrible example for the kids. Told us to get a single bed for me to put beside theirs. So I did. Now I sleep there. She's on the far side, the boys in the middle, and me? I'm out on the edge, physically and emotionally. I feel like a ghost in my own house. An outsider in the family I helped build. And this is just the start of what I uncovered. Because not long after, I made a decision that would change everything. I hit a voice recorder in her car. What I heard. That's when the real truth started pouring in. After all the counseling, all the soul-searching, my wife changed her story again. Now she says she's just overwhelmed and depressed from being stuck at home with the kids. Claims those hurtful things she said were just her being emotional. But here's the thing, I've been frustrated, angry, exhausted too, but never once have I told her she wasn't enough or that I wished I was alone. Still, I wanted to help. So we agreed she'd go back to work and we hired a nanny. And sure, we started talking more, but that's all it was, talk. Friendly conversation. No intimacy. No affection. No marriage. Just roommates. I kept pushing for counseling, but she never took the initiative. I had to schedule every session. Every time. And while she sat there in therapy, I could tell her heart wasn't in it. Then one of my friends pulled me aside. Said he had a bad feeling. Thought my wife might be cheating on me. At first, I laughed it off. Thought he'd been watching too many movies. But something about it stuck with me. So I did something I never imagined I'd do. I put a voice-activated recorder in our car. No GPS, no spyware. Just audio. Took 3 days. She used the car for work, the gym, nothing unusual. But on day 3, it happened. I played the recording back and heard them, her and him, talking like soulmates. They joked, flirted, shared inside references the way she and I used to, back when we first fell in love 9 years ago. And then they started planning a trip, a real vacation, together. She told him she'd come visit in July, even gave him a 2-year plan to move back and be with her. She said she was going to leave me, that she'd be his wife. That hit me like a freight train. The way they spoke, the things they laughed about, it was everything I've been missing from her for the past year. Even worse, they didn't hold back. They were deep in it. Emotional, physical, you name it. I sat there for an hour, listening to a version of my wife I didn't even recognize anymore. Now, I've got a meeting with a divorce attorney scheduled next week. No question about it. And you know what? I don't feel guilty for recording her. If anything, I feel stupid for not doing it sooner. If my buddy hadn't suggested it, I'd still be in the dark. Some people might say I crossed a line, that I violated her privacy. But you know what? She violated our vows. She threw away our family for someone else. I don't care what anyone thinks. I did what I had to do. And then, just when I thought I had all the pieces, something else happened. Late one night, I saw she had tried calling her ex-boyfriend. 4 times. Back to back. Around 10 p.m. I only knew because of this old app we used to have. It saves both our call logs. Why was she calling a guy she's never even mentioned before? At night? So persistently? It messed with my head. Couldn't let it go. So I checked her iMessages on her laptop. That's when I saw it. I'm not giving up until you answer me and communicate in a respectful and civilized manner. She actually sent him that. I confronted her. She denied it. Said she was returning his call. But I had the logs. Then she said she didn't message him. So I showed her the message. That's when she switched gears. Claimed he was drunk when he called. Said she hung up. Felt guilty, tried to reach out again. Said she just wanted closure. But the guy never even replied. It didn't add up. Not then. Not now. And the timing? All of this started right when she began pulling away from me. She doesn't think it's a big deal. But to me, contact with an ex, especially one you're chasing down in secret, is the ultimate betrayal. I've had this gut feeling for months. And now, I have proof. Real hard proof. The twist? She doesn't know I know. Not her family, not her friends. To everyone else, we're just a couple working through a rough patch. Her family's tight-knit, religious. She has 3 sisters. Goes to church every week. From the outside, we're picture perfect. We even just built a new house. Still not finished. But now I know the truth. And I'm not sure how much longer I can keep pretending. Turns out, my wife already has it all planned. She's going to ask me to leave soon. Says she needs time alone. But that's not the truth. The real reason. Her old boyfriend, her first love, is moving back here. She wants him to live in my house with my kids and just expects the world to understand. Thinks people will say, well, at least the kids have a father figure. They were together for 5 years before she met me. I've been her husband for 9. But somehow, he's the one she wants to build a future with now. I won't be manipulated. So I did the only thing I could. I hired an attorney. Met with him. Laid it all out. The recordings, the messages, everything. And you know what he told me? Going scorched earth wouldn't be the smartest move. As angry and betrayed as I am, we've still got 2 kids to raise. We're stuck co-parenting for the next 15 years. And I actually respect her parents too much to drag them into this as court witnesses. He was right. In this country, Czech Republic, you don't just win custody by being the more responsible parent. The kids are young, and they'll stay with her in the small town. I live an hour away in the capital. Selling the house isn't an option either, because it's the only stable place for them right now. Her dad owns their current apartment, it's just temporary. So we decided to handle the divorce the civil way. Mediation. My lawyer had the documents drafted and arranged for them to be delivered the day after Easter. That day, I had the day off work. I stayed home with our 1-year-old while she was off in the capital city. My brother came over, helped me pack all my stuff. Just as we were finishing, the postman showed up, divorce papers in hand. Technically, an invitation to mediation. She walked in that evening, acting like it was any other day. I stopped her cold. Told her I knew everything. That I had proof. That I was devastated. I handed her the papers and asked her to call my lawyer. Her face went pale. She tried denying everything, of course. Tried scrambling for answers. But I was calm. I recorded the whole conversation just like my lawyer suggested. Then I drove straight to her parents. I started by asking if they thought I was a good husband and father. They both said yes. Which matters a lot, because now she can't try to use them against me in court. When I told them what happened, they were stunned. Hurt. But they believed me. They understood exactly how deeply she's damaged all of us. I thanked them for being honest, then made my way back to the city. Meanwhile, word spread. One of my friends helped share what happened among her circle. And within hours, her brother, my brother-in-law, called me. Said she admitted to cheating. Finally. But of course, she left out just how far it had gone. Typical. He told me everyone's on my side. That she wrecked what we had. Then he said something ridiculous, that all of this could be saved. That he cheated on his wife once too and she forgave him. Like that's supposed to make me feel better? Then her father called. Said it was all her fault. That she didn't even understand what she'd done. Said that guy, her affair partner, would never set foot in his house. He was furious. Even cut off financial support from her. Tried calling the guy, but of course he didn't pick up. And then to get this, he also said he thought the marriage could still be saved. Her sister? Same thing. Texted me saying she's fully on my side, but still thinks this mess can somehow be fixed. Are they all living in a fantasy? It's not fixable. It's broken beyond repair. What bothers me most is this fear that people might not understand how serious this is. That they might think I'm overreacting. That I'm leaving her just because things got hard. They don't know what I know. They haven't heard what I've heard. Because on those recordings, she didn't just betray me emotionally. She laughed, flirted, planned a future with him. Said things like, "Make sure you last longer than 3 seconds when I visit you in Brussels. I wonder if your dad's Johnson is as big as yours. I'll go ask your brother's girlfriend how big his is and tell her about yours. I love you so much. I'm finally going to leave my husband. About time." And she asked him, begged him for videos. That's the woman I was married to. So no, this can't be saved. Not now. Not ever. She once told him, "I'm just giving you a glimpse of what your sad life with me will look like," and promised him 2 years to figure out how to move back here and be with her. That's what I heard on the recording. So yeah, this was all planned. And now that her family's found out, she's suddenly making a comeback. Right on cue, her messages started pouring in. Apologies. Confessions. Telling me she had no idea what she was doing. Claiming she's broken. Saying life without me would be unbearable. Begging for a second chance. Acting like this is some love story with a rough patch in the middle. But to me, it's all noise. My lawyer finalized the divorce terms I wanted. We're just waiting on her lawyer's response. Meanwhile, her mom's flooding my phone with Christian articles about forgiveness. Says my wife's been possessed by an evil spirit. Her sister even blamed me, saying I was selfish for walking away. And now, my wife's crying every time we talk, wishing she could turn back time. Funny how quickly I went from the wounded husband to the villain in their eyes. Now I'm the one destroying the family for not wanting to live in a lie. For a moment, I almost believed it. Almost. But I'm not backing down. The divorce is moving forward. No matter how many tears she sheds or how many Bible verses her mom sends me. Reality is, I won't have full custody. In the Czech Republic, little kids almost always stay with the mother. They'll be living in a small town an hour away from me. I'll be that every other weekend dad, with some extra days when possible. It kills me, but that's the system. That's the hand I've been dealt. In my darker moments, I've even entertained the idea of a fake reconciliation just for the kids. A conditional deal, we pretend to be together but live separate lives. She moves to the capital. I get full phone access, GPS in the car, the right to date other people for the next 7 months, no marriage, no intimacy. Just a structured partnership. A cold, calculated co-parenting plan. But that's just my desperation talking. I'm not doing that. I deserve better. And so do my boys. Right now, I'm staying at my parents' place, crashed out on the couch. Their dining table is my desk and my clothes are scattered everywhere. I work 8 hours a day from home, then help my 90 and 82-year-old parents with errands, appointments, whatever they need. When I get time, I hit the gym or catch a movie to clear my head. Every weekend, I see my kids. She drops them off, I bring them back. Just to be clear, I did a paternity test. The boys are mine. No doubts there. But this divorce? It's a disaster. She's agreed to take over the mortgage on the house, but only wants to give me 1/3 of what I asked for. Says that's fair based on what I contributed during construction. But let's be honest, I didn't blow up this family. She did. A third isn't enough for me to buy a flat. I need a real place to live, not a borrowed couch. Meanwhile, our lawyers keep arguing. Child support? She's demanding way more than is reasonable. And now she's insisting I should be the one making the long drive to pick up and return the kids every weekend. She caused this. She walked away. But somehow I'm still the one doing all the heavy lifting. And then, in her grand act of repentance, she tells me she broke it off with the other guy. That she went to see an exorcist. Says she confessed it all to God. I laughed. I told her, you should have confessed to me. I'm the one you destroyed. I asked her how many times she was physically with him. She denied it again. Then I brought up that party back in November. The one with her work friends. I asked why she booked an Airbnb instead of staying with someone she knows. She froze. Said I was torturing myself. No. What I'm doing is protecting myself from more lies. If she was truly sorry, she wouldn't still be hiding the truth. 2 months after I moved out, she's still dodging basic questions. Still playing games. She's not sorry. She's just scared. Scared of the consequences. Scared of being alone. Scared of what people will think now that the truth's out. But me? I'm not scared anymore. I faced it all. And I'm not turning back. I told her, flat out, that for me, intimacy over a video call still counts as betrayal. And I know she had that kind of connection with him. She couldn't even keep track of how many times they were involved. That's how deep it went. So I asked her if she really saw us getting back together, how would that even look? How could she start a conversation with me and lie in the very next breath? I laid it out clearly. If there was any chance of reconciliation, I'd be checking her phone daily. No exceptions. She didn't like that. Snapped at me, said, that's not trust, that's treating me like garbage. Right then, our son walked into the room and the moment passed. But before it ended, I looked her dead in the eye and reminded her, you didn't just cheat on me. You betrayed our boys. That broke her. She started yelling, demanding I never say something like that in front of the kids again. But it's the truth and I won't water it down. Later, her sister told me what I already suspected. My wife's been putting on a whole show for her family. Crying, acting remorseful, playing the victim. But to me, she's still the same person who lies with a straight face. She even had the nerve to say she could still be with the affair partner if she wanted. That her family wouldn't stop her. As if I'm supposed to be grateful she chose not to. Give me a break. But after all the legal back and forth, we finally reached an agreement. The divorce is happening. Finalized soon. She's keeping the house and taking full responsibility for the mortgage. That house is for the kids. I'm not trying to take it out of spite. I've made it clear to everyone this isn't revenge. I just don't want to live in her small hometown. I belong in the capital where my life is. I'm getting back what I invested in that place and it's a fair amount. Child support? We agreed on something reasonable. And she'll be dropping the kids off to me every other weekend. I'll drive them back. But I'll be honest, weekends aren't enough. It breaks me. I lie awake thinking about it. My boys are just 1 and 3. And they're growing up without their dad in the home, not because of me, but because of the choices she made. Sometimes I think about making the drive during the week. Just to see them for a few hours. I'll do whatever it takes. As for her, now she's all soft again. Saying she still loves me. That she regrets everything. That she's suffering every day. She even told me I could check her phone if I wanted, said it wouldn't bother her anymore. She apologized to my parents. Acted genuinely remorseful. But it's too late. And you won't believe the final twist. Turns out the affair partner dumped her. Yup. According to mutual friends, the guy's got a whole family in Brussels, a wife and kid, and didn't want to mess that up. So he ghosted her. Played her. And she fell for it. Hard. So now she's sitting in the wreckage of her own choices while I'm here moving forward. No more guilt. No more second guessing. No more wasted time. The divorce is real. It's happening. And there's no going back. Good riddance to the cheater. I've got better things to focus on, my kids, my peace, my future. This chapter's over. And I'm finally ready for a fresh start.